a lot of developments coming up, and there are also a lot of future plans as to this axis. And so today we're going to be looking at the opportunities for you as an investor, of course, as a resident also. What does this mean for you? All of this that we're going to discuss on the show. And of course, I would like you to join me, engage, let us know your questions, your thoughts, and any other contributions that you have. I would go on a short break. Please stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so talking about our topic today, urban development in the Lekki-Epe, along the Lekki-Epe corridor, opportunities and challenges. And I am going to introduce my guest, who, like I said, is going to be sharing with us from his vast experience. All right, Ini Basi is a highly accomplished serial entrepreneur who embarked on his entrepreneurial journey at a remarkable young age. With a diverse range of successful ventures under his belt, he has garnered a wealth of experience and expertise in various industries, from logistics and car sales to marketing and insurance. Ini has demonstrated an uncanny business acumen throughout his professional career. Currently serving as the CEO of Land and Crepes Development Limited, he has played an instrumental role in propelling the real estate company to new heights. In just 1 year of operation, the company has amassed a staggering portfolio of estates valued over millions of naira and generated sales totaling more than 200 million naira. Furthermore, his commitment in empowering others is evident in the company's training programs, which has successfully trained and empowered over 1,000 realtors and counting, enriching their skills and fostering their professional growth. In addition to his entrepreneurial achievements, he boasts an impressive educational background, and he's a certified member of the Chartered Institute of Personal Management, CIPM. He has honed his leadership skills through an executive coaching program at the renowned Larry Olushola Coaching Academy. He has furthered his personal and professional development by attending the prestigious Daystar Leadership Academy. Outside the realm of business, he enjoys a blissful family life. He has been happily married for over a decade and is a proud parent of 2 beautiful children. All right, to join me as I welcome Ini Basi, CEO London Crepes Development Limited. You're welcome on the show, Ini.
Hi, Amara. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so sorry. It's been a very crazy morning, but we thank God.
Yeah, I thank God for internet. Thank God for technology, right?
I'm telling you, yes.
Yeah.
Thank God that we could leverage on technology and still have this section. It's been crazy, very interesting morning, but we thank God for technology.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Wow.
All right, so good to have you on the show. And you've been here before, and I know, we shared a lot, and you shared so many insightful keys and points on your experience as a business owner and a CEO of a real estate company, and that's why I thought it's important to bring you back here to talk about this topic, which is the urban development along the Lekki-Epe corridor, opportunities and challenges. So let's start from the very beginning. Can you give us an overview of the Lekki-Epe corridor's growth and the development over the past decade?
Okay. Once again, good morning, viewers. I'm super excited to be here. I wish I could be in person, but thank God for technology. The Lekki-Epe corridor is very significant in terms of real estate development in Lagos, because a lot of this started from the emergence of the Lekki scheme when the Morocco was people staying in Morocco was evicted, and the residential scheme was planned by governments to start up at the Lekki axis. And up to that period of time, then the real estate stopped at VI, right, Ikoyi and VI, and Lagos Island.
Yeah.
So a lot of people could not even imagine that there would be life after VI, right? After VI and the whole Oniro artist. But and it happened. And because the place was flooded, it was swampy. This is a true life story. There's a client of mine that one time was speaking, and he was telling me how funny it is that his father owned a house in VI, and they used to look at Lekki just behind them. It was just a swamp and all of that, and the whole Morocco what's the word now, slum, right?
Yeah.
And when all of this started, the father refused to buy land there and said there is no way people can live in that axis. That the entire land will sink and collapse, or it will sink and people will die. That is not possible for people to live in that kind of environment and topography. And he didn't buy land. But guess what today? The cost of land is crazy. So what am I trying to say is that we've seen that emergence from that Lekki phase 1, right? Up till Aja, up to VGC. I remember VGC 10, 15 years ago. It was crazy when VGC was, the owners of VGC, they were talking about luxury and a city where, a mini city, right? A mini town where you will live in and enjoy residential living outside of the hustling and bustling of the streets, right? Yeah. And that also extended from that, and they've delivered that, and it extended from there up till Shangotejo down to Awoyaya, and now we're talking Epe. So you can see how real estate, that entire area, has opened up with a lot of development, a lot of employment, and a lot of urban migration. Now, this is so significant because Lagos State, as a state, the government has paid attention to this area. Now, the question is why? Because this is not the only axis in Lagos.
Yeah.
Right? Why? And one cardinal reason would be the emergence of the free trade zone. Okay. And the last time I was with you, I mentioned it. People move towards development and infrastructure. And infrastructure and development can be organized by the government and private sector. And in this case, the government and private sector had a handshake. What do I mean? The government opened up an entire area for a free trade zone with benefits of tax relief, right?
Yeah.
And tax incentives. And the private sector decided to take advantage of that and go to that area to build their businesses and the factory. One significant private sector is the Dangote refinery, right?
Yeah.
And just because of that, real estate practitioners saw an opportunity that, if this factory is if this refinery is going to open up here, this is going to be huge. There will be people living here, there will be people working here, expatriates. So that means money will flow towards that direction. And that's why in investment, you must look at the money game. Where is the money flowing to? That already gives you an idea where to go to and position yourself. So real estate practitioners started moving towards that direction. Beyond the real estate, beyond the estates that were popping up, beyond the fact that the VGC, the Lekki phase 1 and all those, but there was a refinery, there was a free trade zone, there was an incentive for business people to come over. And wherever business aggregates, people also aggregate in that area. And I think that sparked the development and the emergence of this area. And I think I'll leave it for now and just hear your next question. I'll take it up from there. But I think that was a significant move that brought about all what we're seeing in this area.
Okay, thank you. So one significant infrastructure that you mentioned was the Lekki Free Trade Zone, right? And you said this has greatly impacted the development and the migration to that location. Are there any other infrastructural developments that is significant by the government upcoming in that area?
So there are, right? There are. But what I said, if you permit me to go back, is that I said the fact that the government opened up a free trade zone, right? It became an incentive because that gives tax benefits for businesses.
Yeah.
It became an incentive for business owners to come towards that direction. And that also forces the government to also create the infrastructure that will make that entire handshake work. So, for example, up until the I'm trying to remember the Lekki issue that NSAS, up onto the NSAS,
Yeah.
there's a toll gate at the Lekki one where we all pay toll, and even at the Ikoyi Link Bridge, right?
Yeah.
And if you're conversant with this area during that period, this road, the road from the Lekki phase one up till Aja, was constantly fixed. That means you'll be driving at night and you see that they're walking. The road was always being fixed. But having said that, you will see that from Aja now up to Ekpe, the road is being done. It's done already. I think what is left, right, is just the Shongo-Tejo access to Aja, right? So from Elekon down to Ekpe, the road has been done. This is a road, if you can recall, if you've ever driven down this area 10, 15 years ago, it was just one lane that was barely motorable. Right now, you have 2-lane walking barrier with lots of what's it called, street lights, right? Outside road being done, right? There is the food and logistics hub that the government is doing at the Ekpe axis, right?
Yeah.
The food and logistics hub is sitting on a 1.2 meter square of land and is estimated to feed over 10 million Nigerians and estimated to employ over 5 million Nigerians, direct and indirect. It's a one of its kind.
Wow.
That we've not experienced before. It's a processing plant for agriculture. That being said, if you look at even at the Elekon axis, you will see the oil farms that are there to maximize the Dangote refinery, right? Also, if you go towards that axis, you see the Kellogg's factories, you will see the seaports. The seaports, guess what, is working. Maybe not at full capacity, but I will tell you for free because I've been there, that most of the things that Dangote brought to the refinery came through that axis. It didn't come through Apapa. No, it came through that axis. So these are just to mention a few, infrastructural development that has forced the hand of migration and money towards that direction.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. So I want to ask, how have these infrastructure projects affected property values in this region?
Oh, people, like they say in real estate, location, right? And location is a function of where people are, right? So infrastructural development has serious impact on prices and real estate development. And it's very simple. All this infrastructure that is in this area, right, causes business and money to flow towards this area, one, and it causes people to flow towards this area. Now, I mentioned the food and logistics. So that projection alone will tell you that a lot of people will have to live in that area so they can walk in that axis.
Yeah.
Right? That is one. Don't forget, I did not even mention previously, the proposed airport. That is also very huge. Because you see, whenever there's a mention of an airport in an area, that means, right, travel in that axis will increase. That means leisure in that axis will increase. And that means a lot of inflow of people in and out, foreigners, expatriates, right? People, tourists, people coming into Nigeria. And when they land, they want to have a place where they can stay. They want to have a place where they can enjoy and experience Lagos as this way, right? And people, private sector investors, business owners like me, seeing that as an opportunity, we want to provide that infrastructure. So the government has said, okay, an airport will be built here. We don't need to wait till the airport is built. No. People that wait till the airport is built, those are people that are latecomers and they can't cash out, right? The early birds are the ones that will cash out. They will go and position themselves, start buying lands in that area, start talking to investors, start planning, start building hotels, start building apartments, start building houses, right? Because the truth of the matter, as soon as the airport is built, those infrastructure will be needed. Those real estate will be needed. And between now and when the airport will come into fruition, right, the prices of land will increase. Why? Because now that people are positioning themselves and they are buying, they are talking to investors. Now it's not real. Many people are like Thomas in the disciples of Jesus. Until they see the airport, that means until they touch the fingers of Jesus, they will never believe. But there are some people like us that are like Peter, right? We don't need to touch the hands of Jesus. We already believe that he has died and is risen, right?
Yeah.
So we are positioning ourselves by buying lands and talking to investors and say, come on, this thing is real, it's going to happen. And where do we have our confidence from? Our confidence is from, for example, the Dangote refinery. Our confidence is from certain other things, the road. When they said they were going to do the road, many people did not believe. But I can tell you for free, the travel time now from Ajah to Epe is 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And it's going to be less. I went there yesterday. It's going to be less as soon as the Shongo-Teju road is done and is completed. The travel time is going to be less. Many people did not believe that it would be done. And not even in this record time, right? It's the same thing about the airport. It is the same thing about Dangote refinery. Many people did not believe that Dangote refinery would ever be functional. But now it's not just functioning. Dangote is telling us that when it starts lifting more oil, the prices of diesel will go down.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So we can see, I can even see when I go towards that, the number of trucks, right? So what am I saying? This movement of people, this movement of money, this movement of infrastructure and development will cause the prices of land to increase, because as the demand for it, based on the migration of more people and businesses towards that axis, don't forget, land in itself is in limited supply, is in fixed supply.
Yeah.
So if you have one land that is fixed and you have 100 people demanding for that space, it's only just common sense that when there is shortage of supply and increase of demand, prices will go up. It's basic economic.
Yeah.
And that's what we're experiencing here. And that's one of the impacts on real estate. Prices of real estate is increasing on a daily basis.
Okay, so what are the emerging trends that you can see in the for residential real estate in Lekki-Epe corridor? Because you know there's a lot of industrial developments that is coming in there. Now, looking at the residential side, as a developer yourself, what trends can you see that can cater for people looking to come in there to live and have places they can build their families?
So the first trend I see is the inflow of young, vibrant, upwardly mobile people. The place is bustling with young people, right? Because the life here is urban, the life here is edgy, the life here is exciting, right? And when you have a lot of young people, you will see a lot of innovations, you will see a lot of energy, right? And the nightlife here, in terms of leisure, in terms of club, in terms of parties, in terms of people just mingling, is exciting, right? And because of that, there is need when it comes to residential real estate for apartments.
Okay.
Right? 2-bedroom apartments. These ones are selling very fast because the young people just want to find a place where they will just stay. They are looking for functional spaces. They're not looking for mansion, right? They're not looking for unnecessary large space. They're just looking for a space where they can stay and do business. And in today, since after COVID, there's the hybrid, like what we're enjoying today, hybrid of remote working and physical working, offline and online. So a lot of young people in Lagos today have jobs. They are working in tech companies. Our tech bros are working in companies that are physically in Germany, but they need their services here in Lagos and they're working online. And we have a lot of people, content creators, what Instagram, Facebook has done for us, right? And people are looking for spaces that they can shoot their content, spaces that they can interact with people, and they are making money online. And people like that are not looking for mansion. They're just looking for functional spaces where they can stay, do their business, and also live, right? A lot of people are living in their houses, and that's where they're using to shoot content, and they're just showing their lifestyle, and they're making money online. Don't also forget, in today's world, because of content creation, a lot of writers are emerging because you cannot do content without people writing. So also writers, a lot of people writing from their houses, and they are making money. And the list goes on and on. So that is the new cash flow. Functional spaces, right, for residential.
Okay. So how
1-bedroom apartment, studio apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, high-rise apartment, 4 stories, 5 stories. That is the new cash flow for residential.
Okay, so how are developers catering to this growing demand that you have mentioned for affordable housing? Affordable housing.
They are. Okay. Where I am, I'm right now, I'm at Lekki Phase 1, right? I'm just looking ahead of me. I can see 3 buildings in front of me, 8 stories. The other one is almost 10 stories. The other one is 5 stories, and they are all apartments. If you go to Lekki Phase 1, you see all those kind of apartments. If you go to the last one, you see all those kind of apartments. If you go towards, and it's moving towards the Ajah axis. Yes, I know from the Ajah to Shangotejo, what you see mostly is home ownership, where people are just building bungalows, people are building terraces, people are building semi-detached. But as the entire between Lekki Phase 1 and Chevron, as it gets more saturated in terms of the lifestyle that I just mentioned, and this lifestyle, let me just digress a little bit. Let me add to this rather. This lifestyle is also seen in the advent and growth of Airbnb and short-let services, right?
Okay.
Yes, it's also part of it, right? Where people are just looking for a short stay, where they can just stay and transition and do what they need to do, while they either fly back out of the country or just shoot, do the business, and move on to the next point of call, right? So back to what I was saying, when all of this saturation happens in this area, we can see that it will now begin to extend, because that's what has happened. It's now begin to extend down to the Epe corridor. Okay. Guess what? Because when the airport comes up, right, there will be need for all of this.
Yeah.
There will be need for hotels. There will be need for shortlets. There will be need for short stay. There will be need for recreational facilities, right? So developers have seen this, and that's what we are building. That's what we are building. Even beyond that, people are also building co-working spaces. People are also building in today's world. Another thing people are building, developers are building rather, we're building spaces where people can come and shoot content, spaces where people can come and do movies, spaces where people can come and, just like a village, an entire estate where you can come. There are places where you can shoot, do your content, and also lodge and live. Okay. Guess what? Developers are also catering for the lifestyle of the young. The young, upward mobile, want to party. They want to have fun. So developers are also building party villas, where you can have a soundproof apartment, and you have your house party, and you just have fun with your friends and enjoy yourself. And even those party villas can also serve as a space where you can shoot content, do your skits, create massive income for yourself. So those are the kind of buildings and infrastructure, real estate, that developers are just taking advantage of.
Okay, thank you for that, Ini. So you've mentioned a lot of opportunities and developments that is coming as a result of this vibrant community. I want to look at the challenges, right? Because for an investor out there, or for someone who is looking to migrate to that location, looking to come into that location to do business and take advantage of the infrastructures and facilities available in that place, what can you tell us about the challenges, especially for the commercial real estate development in this sector, in this corridor?
Obviously, so there are a lot of challenges. There are environmental challenges, right? And that environmental challenge, this place is riverine, is a lot of drainage issue. There is flooding issue. I just told you, even my estate today was flood, and that's why the Lagos State government was at a point in time in my estate demolishing houses that were built on the canal. Right, so those are one of the challenges. Environmental issues, one of the challenges that we face in this axis. Other challenges, when people migrate to a place, a lot of people, there is a mixture of the the rich and the poor. So you see, this whole place looks very classy, but just beside it, there's a slum. Because as more upwardly mobile people come into this area, and more estates are being built and developed, the people that are already living there before, the communities that are there before, they keep pushing them, and there's no plan for them. That's one thing. No plan for those people. So there are a lot of shanties in this area that is bringing about insecurity issues, crime, and all of that. So those challenges are there, right? That we need to really look at and take care of. But there's also the challenge of funding for us developers, right? For us to solve all of this problem, we need funds. And with inflation that is happening in the country today, it's challenging to get funds. Things are a bit tight, right? And that is also a challenge. There's also the challenge of infrastructure in terms of road network, right? Exactly. So when you're coming towards this act, it's just one way in. And whenever there's a little issue, which day I was going to site, everywhere was free. But just before you say Jack, one truck fell down, and it was chaos. I spent over 2-3 hours because the alternative roads are not there. Yes, they are building the alternative road, because I can tell you for free, yes, we know about the coastal road that they are working on, right? But it's not yet there, so we're still struggling. We know about the regional road, right? It has not started working yet. They are still building it. When all of that happens, right, it will get better. So these challenges also provide the opportunities, right? Because wherever there are challenges, wherever there are problems, those challenges are business ideas and business opportunities. Because any right thinking businessman that can put some funds together can come and solve the problems of environmental challenges, can come and solve the problems of the shanty. We need right now in these areas affordable housing, which is a struggle in Lagos and in Nigeria. Right? Everybody's just building for the middle class and the elite, the 1% of the 1%. But how about the masses? Right, so there's a need for those kind of houses in this area. So those are some of the challenges.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, you've mentioned so many insightful points, and I think it's a need, for any person, like you said, the developers, the government, all of us coming in together to make sure that this place is really, made use of the potentials and the opportunities are being maximized in this area. So I want to ask, let's look at the role of the government, because we cannot, overlook their importance in all of this corridor, in this community. And I am seeing a vibrant developing community and region. And I want to ask, what do you think the government have done so far in this area? I do not want a case whereby, because lots of people, conversing with people, you find out people are skeptical right now to invest in Lagos. They're scared because of the new policies and new demolitions have been happening across the state. Of course, not just in Lagos, but majorly across the state here in Lagos. And people are looking, okay, I don't even know where to buy. You're right. You, as someone who has been doing business and building estates in this environment, in this community, what can you say about the government's role and the impact so far in this region?
So it's two ways, right? You said something about people not being afraid to buy, and you asked me about what this government doing. So maybe I'll start with people being afraid of buying, then I'll talk about what the government is doing. So first of all, yesterday I was watching, they did a real estate festival at a Landmark, and the Landmark, Mr. Paul, Landmark was demolished, right? The Landmark beach, right? And Mr. Paul gave in his speech, he said something. He said he was traveling and he met a young man. A young man ran towards him and said to him that, I'm so sorry. That what happened to you, sir? Because of that, I'm leaving the country. I cannot invest again in Nigeria, in Lagos. And he said he was really sad because he was just going for a 3-day trip to come back to Nigeria, to continue to building Landmark, to be stronger and better. What was he saying? He was saying that, listen, young man, the challenges that I'm facing, right? Those challenges are opportunities. Let me backtrack and let me even say this to you. Go and study the development of cities and urban planning. If you read about urban planning, go and check in New York, the evolution of New York. There is no country that wants to evolve and become better that there will be no demolition and expansion.
Okay.
There is no country. The only problem we have in Nigeria is the distrust between the followers and the leaders, if I will put it like that.
Okay.
Yes, because we do not trust our leaders, right? Because of what has happened, because of the corruption. And it's all encompassing. Even in leadership and in followership, there is corruption.
Yeah.
So because of the distrust, when we see things like this, we feel that a certain group is being targeted. We feel that government is doing something. They want to take the land from the people, So that's one of the problems. And we cannot, and that is true because it has happened in the past.
Yeah.
Right? Because, for example, in Morocco, when government came to Morocco, they said they wanted to use the place for certain things. But at the end of the day, that's not what it was used for. So, and we can talk about the Omole. So people already have stories in the past that has shown that the government has not been true to them. That the land is a land is taken from the community. And they said this land, they want to build a hospital there. And at the end of the day, you find that rich folks, politicians that are friends to the government, are buying those lands to build their own houses. So we know that. But if you talk about demolitions, right, it happens in urban migration and urban development. That being said, because that has to be very clear, for Nigeria, for Lagos to develop and expand, right, there will be demolitions here and there. Because if you go through Lagos, you see that the way some people are building houses, even you yourself, you will just know. I take my area, for example, Kota, for example. 5 years ago, I saw people sand filling the canal. We were looking at the canal. We know how big it was. We saw people sand filling it and building houses. And I said to myself, they go demolish this house later. And if you go through Lekki, you will see high tension wire, like where I am right now. There's a high tension wire. But I can see some people that have built shops all around that. Obviously, you know that government will come one day. Sometimes it might take 15 years. Sometimes it might take 20 years. They will enjoy the benefit of that 20 years, but one day government will come. So for government to come and flush out all those kind of illegal structures, it will happen. But also government has their own faults.
Yeah.
Right? What is their fault? When it comes to getting building approval, it takes 17 process. Who does that? In developed countries, you will sit in your house, send an email, go online, and they will respond back to you, back and forth. You know what you need to provide. And you get your approval. And somebody will come and check. But here in Lagos, somebody is building. It's very obvious that it's wrong. That person will go to one, whatever place in Lagos State, do one or two things, connive with, do you understand?
Yeah.
And they will allow him to keep it. Nobody will disturb. They know that nobody will say anything until one time in the future. So it's between the government and the citizens. The citizens need to do better, right? The government also needs to do better.
So are you saying that the government... Okay, sorry to cut you short. Are you saying that the government is doing better in the Lekki-Epe axis? They have learned from the mistakes?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was just laying a foundation that if anybody is afraid of investing because of all of these challenges, I'm saying that there is nowhere in any developing country that these challenges don't pop up.
Okay.
It's just that in Nigeria here, we are peculiar because there's just this distrust, right? Because what our leaders have done to us. Yeah. But when it comes to these kind of problems, those kind of challenges, they are everywhere. Okay. Every developing country goes through challenges like this. Political instability, development, it happens, right? So it's part of that structure. I'm just saying that, right, as a foundation. Now, our government needs to do better, and in all areas of our life. As a Nigerian, I can tell you for free, you also know what we are going through. If we have a responsible government, it will be faster, it will be much easier, and there will be more confidence, right, for people to invest. The problem is that a lot of people don't have confidence because of the way the government is approaching the situation. Yeah. Right? So government needs to do better. Government needs to show human face. Government needs to engage more. I have to cut you. Right?
Yeah, we have a caller, so let's just take that.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the show. Please, what's your name?
This is Prince.
All right, Prince, where are you calling from?
From Lagos.
All right,
Kenya, this side.
okay, Ikeja. Okay, let's hear your thoughts, Prince.
I just tuned in. What are you discussing?
Oh, okay. So please stay tuned. You'll hear what our guest is talking about on real estate. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to open the phone lines 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call 0700 903 903 903. So if you have a question or you have a contribution to share with us here and to ask our guest Ini Basi, please call in and let's hear your thoughts. All right, so Ini, IQ is saying about the role of the government.
Yeah, so the government has a lot of role to play, because for any society to develop effectively, government policies, government laws, and execution of those policies and laws must be razor sharp.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, government drives development. Yes, the private sector will partner with the government, but the government are the arrowheads. And when that is lacking in a society, we suffer what we are suffering in Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, be that as it may, we don't want to leave the entire responsibility on the government. We're also saying that entrepreneurs have a role to play.
Okay.
Right? That when we all rally around ourselves and begin to create jobs like we're doing, we can get to a place where we can also force the hands of government. But this is the danger with that. Whilst we are doing what we need to do, like we are trying to do, you see that when the government now says that, let's take a vibrant sector, for example, content creation. Boys, young Nigerians, youths, they're taking advantage of the internet, the YouTube, the social media spaces, and they're creating content and they're making money, and that entire industry is developing, right?
Yeah.
And it's putting food on the table of a lot of young Nigerians. What is the government to do? Instead of the government to come and say, how can we make it better? How can we structure it and put funds around so this youth can do more? Then we can tax it. You see now, then we can now want to tax it. But what are we getting? We're getting government coming to say, we want to tax. Government is saying, you cannot do this. Yesterday, I saw one post that the National Film and Censorship Board saying that now for you to do any skit and all of that, you have to come through there. So you are stifling the creativity of the young Nigerians. You want to kill the little hope and opportunity that they are taking advantage of. Instead of coming in and making it better, then you can now put some structure around it. Then you can now generate some revenue from it.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest problem we have with our government. That the infrastructural facilities that we are demanding for, we are not getting it, which is basic amenities, road, light, and all of that. We are struggling with that. Okay, we on our own, we are trying to create something. For example, the real estate space. People just popping up. It has put a lot of monies in the hands of young Nigerians. I can tell you for free how much we've paid realtors.
Yeah.
Lots of realtors today doing well, feeding their families just by selling real estate. And they will not have a product to sell if young Nigerians, developers like myself, did not gather money, put money together to make that product available, to build, to buy land and take the risk, right? And make that land a product that they can sell. So it's between both of us, right?
Yeah.
And now government wants to come into the space. What is it that they are doing? Rather, they are coming, a land that you've bought, that you search when you did your search, in the same land bureau in Alausa. And they say the land is free and it's for residential purpose. And you go ahead, you acquire that land from the family, you start to do your development, you start selling. Then in the next minute, you go and search. There's a government official coming to say the land belongs to the government. And you say no. And you're showing your search. And they say, no, go and search now. You go and search now. And you see now that land is now under government acquisition.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Right.
So you ask yourself, well, how am I even sure? Why should I do this business? And guess what? You've already sold that property, that land to some persons. Now you have to go and dialogue with the government. Now they are giving you a bill that is even more than the entire cost of the land and what you've sold it. So where are you going to get that money to pay to buy that land again from the government? Don't forget, you already bought it from the family.
Yeah.
These are some of the challenges. So the sector is going, instead of government to come in and say, okay, we can see what you guys are doing. A lot of foreign direct investments come into this country via real estate. Oh, fantastic. How can we make it better? These are the things you're not doing right. Let's have a roundtable discussion, right? Yeah. These are the things you're not doing right. This is where we can come in. You also do this one. So we can now have, when you see such thing from the government, it will encourage investors. But when you see what is happening now, investors are discouraged and they don't want to put their money.
So how can
government can do more?
Yeah.
They can make it better. And that's this. I'm using this as a medium to appeal to our government.
Okay.
Help the youth. Help the Nigerian youth. Don't stifle our creativity. It's already very difficult trying to do business in Nigeria. The ease of doing business is so tough.
Right.
So when we begin to see all of these kind of policies, it just makes it more frustrating. Before I call, there's one I heard of recent. Just as a lot of Instagram vendors. Do you know now that there's a government agency that is coming for people when you make commercial posts, you do adverts on Instagram, and they say for every post you have to vet it and pay 20,000. Imagine you have to pay 20,000 for every post before you post it.
I mean,
every business related post.
It's just unbelievable. Like
as if you just make a post, you make money from it.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, really. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Ini, for sharing all of that. Okay, I'll go on a short break, and when we come back, I'll open the phone lines. Please call us. Let's hear your thoughts and your contributions on this topic that we have been discussing today. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
International boy, DJ Perez.
For real estate market insight and industry trends, join Amara on the Naija Landlord Show, where we show you how to make real estate work for you. For different investments, strategies from real estate experts on Naija Real Estates. Elevate your financial education and investment in Nigeria. So tune in every Saturday on VOP 90.3 from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Naija Landlord Show, the voice of real estate in Nigeria.
Okay, welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, we're talking about urban development along the Lekki-Epe corridor, opportunities and challenges, and I have a guest who has shared with us so much from his vast experience, Ini Basi, here with me online, and it has been such an insightful section. I hope you're having value. I hope you've learned a lot already. Okay, so I'm opening the phone lines. Please call us. I want to hear your thoughts and your questions. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903. All right, so call. The phone lines are open. Let's hear from you. Okay, Ini, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so I wanted to ask you all of this that you have mentioned about these challenges, looking at an investor, looking at a business owner, looking at a young upcoming entrepreneur or career person who is looking to come into this axis, to live, to do business, to also take advantage of all the opportunities and infrastructures in this area. For an investor, what would be your advice? How can they, combat all of these challenges in this area, in this location?
That's a tricky one, right? I'm an investor.
We have a caller.
Also.
Please hold on.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, we lost that call. Please call back. The number to call again is 0700 903 903 903. All right, as you were saying, Ini.
I said it's a tricky one, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I know about real estate is that it's not just a multiplier of wealth.
Okay, we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. It's Lekki-Epe.
Okay, Ikechukwu, welcome on the show. Let's hear your thoughts.
I appreciate this. My first time caller.
Oh, thank you for calling. All right, so let's hear your thoughts, Ikechukwu.
No problem. Let me hear on our program so that I will know what you want to fix.
Oh, okay. Please stay tuned then. All right, Ini, as you were saying.
Okay, so real estate is both a creation of wealth, a wealth multiplier, and also a store of value. Yeah. So in adverse time like this, in difficult times, that function of storing wealth and value. Hello?
Yeah. Hello, good morning. We have a caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Nigeria Landlord Show. Please, what's your name?
Yeah, good morning. Please, I'm enjoying the program. Please, I just want to ask your guest in the house some question. Maybe he can help us do some work in Akwa Ibom State, where my auntie has a building that she wants to renovate, like standard.
Okay. Yeah. So you want, what exactly is the question?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's what I'm asking. Is it possible, like, for him to develop a structure for my auntie in Akwa Ibom State? Is it possible?
Oh, okay. Just stay tuned. He's going to answer, okay? All right. So we're looking at people who want to have the developments in, their own states. So what do you think about it?
Yes, that's so good. We're coming to Akwa Ibom State. Me, I'm from Akwa Ibom, so we're coming to Akwa Ibom State this year. Between now and December, we should be in Akwa Ibom State. A lot of developers right now are moving to their states, given what is happening in Lagos, the craziness that's happening in Lagos that I mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
So, developers, they see it as a sign that it's time for us to spread our tentacles and just go to other states, and you can see Asaba is popping, you can see Ibadan is popping, people are going as far as Ekiti, people are going as far as other states. So I'm also thinking of going to Akwa Ibom. So my man, I got you. I'm coming to Akwa Ibom and we'll talk. Slide into my DMs so we can talk.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning, welcome to the show. What's your name, please?
Yeah, good morning. I meet your guest in the house.
All right. Let's hear your question.
Okay. I want to ask him, according to the last caller, he said that developing Akwa Ibom. Please, I want to ask him, let them also look into Abia State. Abia State is not, we don't have this real estate in Abia State because I am from Abia State.
Okay.
So please, the developer should also look at Abia State and see how can able to develop those places, because this is one of the things we are talking about. Fancy begins away from the eastern part of Nigeria. So let them look onto those places.
Yeah.
Where even their property and their money can be also ready to do. Another thing is that the airport in Abia State that the governors are talking about, let's also to go into it and see how they can able to make it to become reality, because even building some things in Abia State in terms of that airport, they also encourage or trigger the governors to come into it and make it to be faster, and development will come to the eastern part of Nigeria. So that is what I want him to look into.
Okay.
Bring development. Those things that they say that bring development to Lagos State. We are also talking about Lagos every day. So let us see the eastern part of Nigeria and do all those things, because our Igbo people, they have the money.
Yeah.
The money is there to even get those apartments we are talking about. We have the money. We can go into there. We can also go to the east and live and do whatever we want to do. But because of this, there is no good development here, the kind of structure that we want. he finds it a little bit difficult to go back home, please, I want him to look into it. There is money in it.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of money.
Thank you for calling. We'll have to go now. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so you see people looking at these developments coming across other states, especially their own states, right? But let's talk about you saying about the investors, what they should do.
Yes, so because real estate is also a store of value,
yeah,
right? In difficult times like this, you can store your wealth in real estate. So what am I saying? Even if
please hold on.
People are.
We have another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello,
good morning.
I call back. Yes, I call back.
Yes.
My name is Obon.
Yeah,
yes, I was the guy that called.
Okay.
Please, I want your guest, please, to drop his number, please.
Oh, he would. He would.
Really
Stay tuned. He's gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. Okay. So, like you were saying, Ini.
I was saying because real estate is also a store of value, investors should still invest, because if you keep your money and you keep it in the bank, inflation is going to eat it up, right?
Yeah.
So what should you do? Invest despite the challenges. At least you're sure that real estate will store the value of your wealth, so you're not losing your wealth. And guess what? Speaking about economic challenges, that economics is a cycle, right? It's what they call economic cycle. So there is a boom and there's a decline, right? We might be going through the decline right now and the challenge, but guess what? The boom is coming, right? It's going to peak again. So you want to position yourself, and this is the best time to buy. Now that people are willing to sell, distress sales, a lot of distress sales. A lot of people, the Japan syndrome, a lot of people, and this thing has happened before in this country. If you ask the elderly, they will tell you, a lot of people were leaving this country and they were selling their properties. People were amassing and buying at very cheap price, right? Because when the boom comes, those prices will be up and you will cash out. So I will still advise investors, like I'm an investor, I'm still buying, I'm still positioning myself. You might not be making the kind of return on investment that you usually make when there was a boom, but at least you're sure your money is being stored properly in an asset, right? Has the potential, right, to multiply your wealth as soon as the economy peaks.
Okay. So tell us about Land and Crepes. I know that Land and Crepes have some developments at the Lekki-Epe corridor. I'm talking about Central Point. So tell us about Central Point. I mean, so that people who are looking to invest in this area, they can come and invest, in this location.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited. So the Central Point, it's a place where any young, vibrant Nigeria that wants to experience more should be investing in. And the Central Point offers you peace of mind. It's a government allocated CFO, so you do not have any problem. This is not just a CFO, it's a government allocated CFO. So this land is at the Dara scheme city. This is a government scheme, an area where government has position for residential building, residential housing, right? And that's right there. That's where we have the Central Point. So it's part of government plan. There is no change that is coming in. It's government. So it's safe, it's secure, your investment is sure, right? And we have plans for that area. We have plans to create a community that is vibrant, a community that is interrelated, a community that allows for growth. We're looking at places where we have a swimming pool, you have a tennis court, you have a play area. And guess what? The pricing is very affordable. We have land sizes for 500 square meters going for 40 million naira. Guess what? In that area, just one bus stop away, they are selling land for 69 million naira. And we are selling for 40 million naira. 300 square meters, you can get it for 24 million. But the beauty about it is the point of entry. Just in that axis, your initial deposit will be 10 million naira. But we are saying no. Why raise the bar? We reduce the bar to 3 million naira. So with 3 million naira, you have a foot in the door. Guess what? Again, the story gets better. You have 1 year to spread your balance. And guess what? The story is still better. It is interest free. Other people are offering 1 year payment plan, but with 10% interest. We are saying, why pay interest? Interest free. So you deposit 3 million naira, which is very affordable. Then you get to spread your balance for 12 months without paying any interest. If I were you, I would be jumping on this deal.
Yeah. Where exactly is the location for Central Point?
It's located just before the Lekki Junction, just 2 minutes off the expressway. The expressway, the road that has been done that I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Just before the Lekki. So it's not at a Lekki. No, it's not at the Lekki beach. It's not at the Dangote refinery area. No, it's on the expressway. Just after Bogije, Awoyaya, you get to Lekki. Just after the Bejuleki local government. On that road, you get to Lekki. Just before Lekki Junction to your left, just 2 minutes off the expressway is the Dara City scheme. Okay. That's where it's located at.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right. So, for people who cannot afford that and looking to come into Epe, I know you have another estate in Epe.
Yes, we have something in Epe. We have the Evolution. We have the Genesis Gardens. Right, Genesis Gardens sales is closed, but the Evolution is selling for 3.5 million naira. 500,000 initial deposit. You get to spread your balance interest-free for 6 months. Okay. Same amenities.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Yes, I said we have road network there. It's the Evolution Estate is an estate inside an estate. Is in a gated community, safe, secure, and it's selling out fast. But
so
the Evolution,
500,000, you can
500,000 initial deposit. Yes, you can invest, and you get to spread your balance for 6 months interest free. Wow. No extra fee, no extra payment, no hidden charges. The 3.5 million naira is all inclusive. You get a deed of assignment, and you get a registered survey, and you get your allocation. You allocate your allocation rather.
Instant allocation.
We've done physical allocation on that land. Yes, we've done physical allocation on that land 3 times, and as soon as hello.
Yeah, could you give us your number, Ini?
So my number is 08027015619. 08027015619.
One more time.
Call me.
One more time.
08027015619.
Okay. All right. So because our time is almost up, so anyone who's looking to invest in this access, you're free to call Ini directly and get an investment there. Like he said, it's important for you as an investor to take advantage of investing in this area right now before it skyrockets, and becomes outrageous. The prices become unbelievable. Yeah, right. So there's been so much we have learned so far, and I'm so sorry our time is up. We have to go. We've even overshot ourselves right now. So I will just have to end this. Thank you so much, Ini. It has been a pleasure having you joining us. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. All right, so that's it we have for you today. If you have any questions, please send me a message, a chat message, an SMS, or a chat on WhatsApp 08064637377. 08064637377. It's been a wonderful time on the show today. I hope you had value. Call me, send me messages, and you can also tune in on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for today, and I'll be back same time next week, bringing you, of course, much more valuable, insightful topics to help you grow your real estate investment portfolio. Please tune in and, of course, engage. My name is Amara Onsrike. Do have a beautiful weekend and stay blessed.